Welcome back, Rebbl, to REL Division 5C recap. We are on week 5. Alright, looking over my handy-dandy notes, my predictions were as following. Necro over Underworld, Dwarves over Nergal, High Elves and the Bretonnians having a tie, and Dark Elves over Chaos. So, as we can see here, I got the second two right and the first two wrong. Though, to be fair, a tie between Spa and Underworld, Children of Hellpit, that's not too far off the mark. I vaguely remember thinking that was going to be a really close one. Let's go ahead and jump right in there and see what's going on. Do it better. There we go. Alright. So we've got a movement-busted Skaven thrower who leveled up. And he is still in the game with block. Something tells me he will be seeing a lot more line duty than ball-carrying details. And Philip M. Corpse leveled up, and he got blocked. One touchdown apiece, no passing, an expulsion apiece. That's nice. Keep it nice and even. Injuries even, KOs, a little bit. Actually, the Underworld inflicted more KOs. Spa held the ball half the game, so, or more than that, 75% of the game. That's crazy. Makes you wonder why they couldn't score again. But they also had, well, they had 38 blocks against 22, so kind of a low fighting game, which is to be expected when half your team is Goblins. But what in the world? So, yeah, each team inflicted 3 injuries, so little SPP spread around everywhere. Taking a look at the dice this week. Oh, wow. Hellpit had a lot of different attempts. Throwing teammates not working so good. I'm going to assume that since Always Hungry succeeded, that means you didn't eat anyone. Which is kind of funny that you have 1 roll there, but 2 throw teammates. Did you actually succeed a loner reroll to fail it a second time? Really stupid. Oh well, I guess I shouldn't have been talking about this troll being well behaved because, oh god, did he just say to hell with it. The goblin actually landed. Nice. Dodging at 66%, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And block dice. Block dice about even. 9, 11, 17, 12, 9. You really can't ask for a better spread than that. And Spa. Spa got hit by a fireball, and it did very little. 40% success at dodge. That's pretty bad. Regeneration worked well. Pickup? No. Just didn't want to. How do you hold the ball for 75% of the game with 4 failed pickups? A lot of 5s, not many 6s. Let's see, that's 36 and that's 33. If it is weighted this direction, it's not weighted too bad. And then block dice. So defender stumbles against half a team of dodge. That could be a pain in the neck. A lot of good pals, though. So, yeah, if anybody wants to leave a comment, I sure would like to hear how this only ended up in a tie. Take a look at our Nergal. Surprise win over Dwarves. Maybe I get a little flack for that, but really, I mean, well, there's a free rotter for somebody. Unless the crowd killed that dwarf. So that dwarf now is upgraded to Mighty Blow and Guard, which looks pretty good. And 2 kills, 1 cup. while he got the MVP, did not level up. He's still pretty bad. Little Pestigore. Let's take a look at the statistics. Big knockdown fight. 104 blocks total. Inflicted 5 KOs, but 5 injuries. So that claw guy must have really done some work. Plus a kill. Oof. 2 kills, 1 cup. The MVP. Boomstick got the only level, or yeah, he got the MVP, so it leveled him up. So that was a tough game, no doubt. The Beast with 2 backs, failing 2 out of 10 really stupids. That's not bad. 35 and 26. So the dice were actually working a little bit against Spits and Swallows in the normal stats. Let's see how his block dice went. Block dice went alright with 46 knocking down dwarves versus 38, 42. Not bad. And these can end up being nothing. So that's not bad to face at all. Let's see. And the dwarves. The dwarves could not get it. Well, they didn't even try, so just won. But this foul appearance really did make an appearance. 28% of the time, when it should have been maybe 16. That's pretty good. Ooh, them aren't injuries. Like, when you did break armor, you got your money's worth. Dauntless did alright. I mean, 41 threes. That's hilarious. It's not the worst thing in the world. That is pretty weird. And block dice, even really kind of even. I'm a little heavy on the skulls. Let's see how many times that showed up. There's one. Double skull. Gosh, I really hope you didn't roll this and then re-roll into that. If you skipped a defender stumbles into this. Skull into both down. There's another double skull. Skull both down, re-rolled. Skull by itself, re-rolled. Why did you pick a skull instead of a push? You just ticked off and had enough of it? Or was that a red die block and they picked it for you? I don't know. Yeah, that's ugly. I feel like there might have been some frustration in that game. Alright, Bretonnians and High Elves. So we got a armor busted MVP who got kick. That's an excellent skill to give any elf, much less a armor busted elf. I can dig that. Let's take a look here. So 28 blocks against 43. 5 successful passes. That is a happy, happy day. I don't care what anyone says. That is delicious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 cans minus 1. Gotta say something about these high elves, and it's that they can count. Alright, Dark Souls. Dice spread is not bad at all. Catching, going for it. Passing didn't work out too well. Picking up did good. Dodging's not out of the realm of normalcy. So all in all, that's pretty good dice. Let's see how your blocking went. 20 skulls and 16 pals, 18 and 15. So that's 31 versus 38. These could be negatives. I have to assume they were since you were re-rolling them. That's pretty brutal. There's a double skull. Let's take a look at 3 cans minus 1. A lot of 1s, a lot of 5s. So pretty good balance there, I think. 26 dodges and 4 fails. That's madness a little bit. What's this? 9 attempts at passing, 5 of which were successful catches. Wow. That was probably some ball handling shenanigans, the likes of which hadn't been seen in a while. Block dice, only 8 of these, means actually kind of leaning towards a negative in the block, in my opinion. That's pretty bad. Alright, let's see how the Dark Elves did over Chaos. Well, an MVP loner. Did you hire him? Nope. I wasted 5 SPP. And Isaac Asimov got his. I know he's on the team, but no skills. Vanity pass next game. So 3 passes versus the 1. About even on blocks, but the Dark Elves apparently were tired of being pushed around and decided to lay the smackdown. Little spread there on the SPP. The Swords faced a chainsaw. That's odd. I guess there's a star player somewhere in there. Probably got kicked off pretty quick. Let's see. No expulsions. Huh. Maybe got injured. Wake ups, catches, going for it. Dodging not so great. That's not so great at all for Elves. Oh wait, no, this is the Chaos team, David. Okay. Still, I mean, 3 out of 7 failing isn't fun at all. And the dice were actually kind of in your favor. Had high numbers, it looks like. Block dice, however, not so much. 16 skulls and 8 both downs. That's 24 versus 23. I mean, it's not too broken, but that's got to be aggravating. And the Dark Elves. Wait a minute. There's a chainsaw. There's a chainsaw. Are there chainsaws everywhere? What is going on? Is the replay available? We're waiting on an answer from the server. Oh my goodness. Okay, so looking at the field, we can see there's Max, 1 chainsaw player, and no chainsaw players on the Elves. So apparently Max hit himself with the chainsaw, and that's how that ended up on the Chaos team. That's pretty funny. Well, there you go. The Dark Elves successfully picking up the ball, catching the ball, passing the ball. Excellent all the way around. And your block dice, pretty run-of-the-mill. So not a bad week altogether. Take a quick look at our leaderboard. Dwarves still in the lead with 9-10 versus 8. So they are barely ahead of Spa. Third place is the Bretonians, who have not lost a game, but only won 1. So 7 points there. Only puts them, well, 6, 7, 8. Puts them 1 point behind second place. And the High Elves have 2 ties and 3 losses. Chaos team, 1 win, 2 and 2. Really, I mean, top 2, maybe 3 teams have got to fight. It's really funny that Mr. Christie is in 3rd and 4 ties. That's wild. The Dwarves lose a few more, and you might see quite an upset. Let's take a little look at the team since we didn't last time. Let's start with Necro, just because they're first on the list. The oldest of the teams is what that technically means, I think I've been told. Got a Mighty Blow White. I think they might have already had that. I think the blocking zombie is the newest thing here. A little defense on the line. That's not bad at all. And still no enhancement. Has enough of money in the bank for that. And considering currently he's giving 40 points up due to that, I foresee a possibility. Medicinal care, if you'd like to drop me a note and let me know if you upgrade your stadium, I'd be grateful. Dwarves have taken a bit of a beating from the last game. We are obviously missing one. And we have a move-busted Longbeard. That's very aggravating. And just a missing next game Blitzers. But it's the Blitzer with no skills. So, while aggravating, not the worst. This is going to be real bad. He'll be able to stand up, but he won't be able to move anytime he's knocked down. Without GFIs. I don't think we see any other real development. Oh man, we'll have to take a look at what he's going to be facing and see how those missing players are going to hurt him. Hindy's High Elves. Realistically, it looks like he's added a few elves. He's got a Mighty Blow catcher who dodges. So, probably going to be praying for some SPP being fed to him for block. And, of course, we already looked at the kicker. The thrower is back. That's actually a pretty healthy elf team. That could cause some trouble in the next game. The Dark Elves look like they have really bounced back. Having 12 players all healthy, a level up on the killing piece. Who knows? I mean, if it's a normal, does he get jump up to counteract that pylon? Does he get dodge to be more mobile and deadly? Lots of fun. And the Witch Elf is still 3 points away from a level up. Chaos! Let's take a look at you in your... Oh, the way it was loading, I was like, in your 4 players left. So Oats Blow was our player of the week, and now he is armor busted. So I guess somebody said they were going to bounty him, and they said, screw it, I'll just kick him myself. And there's an armor busted there. Hey, look on the bright side. You got enough money to pay for a loner goat who actually does good in the next game. Mr. Christie and his tying Bretonians. Missing a peasant, but he's a peasant who cares. Got a new guarding blocker. That's a step up. Everything else looks about the same. So, I mean, as far as development seasons go, I think you're doing exactly what you need to do. I'm just taking a quick look to see if you've got an upgrade to your team. Stadium. Kalisti. Nergal is doing quite well, especially after that last game. I assume you've got to have gotten some SPP. We've got a new Rotter. That's that one he inherited or created, however you want to word it. Eight matches, nope. Okay, I just wondered if he was like a replacement guy, and that's why he only had 2 SPP. So, why buy new players when you can just kill old ones? And then the Underworld with the bipolar troll who can't decide if he's going to behave or not. Squeak Night Mall. No. This is new. The 2 heads, +1 to all dodging. That is... Oh, wait, let's go back to that. I haven't seen a Skaven with 2 heads. Is it just under his helmet? Because if so, that's kind of stupid and gross. Yeah, I think his head is just growing under his own jaw. That's really weird. And wrestling line rats. Okay, I don't think I recall that, so that's pretty cool. With the ability to move 7 and wrestle down a ball carrier, that can be quite the aggravation. And then not dead goblins nor leveled up. I don't know where that stands. Would like to see some goblin mutations. That'd be pretty funny. Well, there you go. Let's take a look at the schedule and see what's coming up this week. The dwarves against the underworld. Well, normally I would have given this to the dwarves straight away. All that tackle versus goblins usually means SPP pinatas. However, with the dwarves being beat up a bit and having to trying to heal and regrow a little bit. Underworld, there we go. Let's take a quick look. Underworld's 1230. I think they have all their players. They have a lot of players. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the dwarves... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are going to get 1 for 70, so they'll be at 1250. I'm still actually going to be giving Underworld 20 points in inducements. Oh man. I know what the dwarf team looks like for the most part. Claw, Mighty Blow, Pylon, Skaven, Blitzer, and a Mighty Blow Tackle. The tackle's not as important. Wrestling Skaven knocking guard dwarves down could be quite the frustration. And then goblins stomping on any dwarf that falls down. Oh. You know what? I think I'm going to come back to that one. High Elves versus Necro. Much like... I'm looking back at my old notes. Necro and Nergal. Necro and Dwarf. Necro and Chaos. So there was one week where I didn't try to pick any because half the games had already been played. And that was this one, I think. With the better movement, I'm actually going to give it to High Elves. I think the High Elves can win this one. The Necro team just does not have enough kill power, I think, to put out the Elves before the Elves can outscore them. Most of your team is just too damn slow. As long as the Elves don't try to go toe-to-toe with you. Dark Elves versus Nergal. I really would normally give that to Elves. The Dark Elves are looking good, health-wise. I mean, the Nergal isn't any team to ignore. Let's see, 1380 versus 1510. Ooh, and you are giving inducements up like they're going out of style. So let's just say that's a normal level up. That's 1530. So that's 150. You're giving up a fireball, right? Or a star player. That's going to be a rough fight. Let me take that back. And you got the ability to hold your own for a little bit. But a couple of these Mighty Blow hits. A lot of block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half the team, not counting Beast with 2 backs because he's unreliable, but half of the reliable team has block. They outstrength you a lot. You know what? You take that back. I think that's going to be a hard fight, but I think Nergal might win that one. I know I wouldn't want to play it. And Bretonnians over Chaos. I think the Bretts are going to get their first win. Or their second win. So let's revisit Dwarves versus Hell Pit. You know what? I'm going to make you my tie of the week. That's who I think is going to tie this week. So there you go. Recap. Tie. High Elves. Nergal. Bretts. And if the Dark Elves do win this one, I'm going to feel real bad for picking Nergal, but there you go, guys. See you on the next one.